No, the claymation video was me sending notes back and forth to Shane, and that was it. And we, did the song and everything. And
I'm listening. This video is brought to you by Nimble. We'll hear more about them later, but for now, let's get on to today's video. Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to local music wherever it may be and the people that make it, including my guests. And you may notice, not in Room 6. We're actually on location at Sinwave, Vegas, which is an amazing venue that's doing a lot of cool things on Main Street in the Downtown Arts District. My guests are Cleopatra Records National Act that are known for symphonic, horror, metal, and deathcore. And they're currently on tour and sharing the stage tonight with Green Jelly, among other bands, including Room 6 alumni Decaying Tigers. By the time this posts, the tour will basically be just about done. So hopefully, they'll be sharing lots of memories and stuff. Make sure that you hit their social media links down in the description so you find out what happened and where you can find them next. Their album, Harvesters of Flesh and Bone, is out now, and I believe I'm going to be doing a review video of that later. So subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified. Please welcome to the channel, the Convalescence. Hi guys.
How's it going?
Good to meet you.
Thank you very much. As always with the mobile interviews before a show, this is going to be a little truncated version, a little shorter version. But first off, I have to ask, what's the Toledo metal scene like? They're from Ohio, by the way.
It's great. I mean, we host Toledo Death Fest every year, just to try to bring some different metal, some homies and stuff from around the country, and some bigger nationals that normally wouldn't necessarily come to Toledo, to our area, for one giant metal fest every year. Last 4 years we've had 17 bands and almost 1,000 people a year. So
nice.
It's doing good. The scene's really supportive and awesome.
Cool. For some reason, Toledo, Ohio didn't bring death metal or just metal to my mind, but I can see it. By the way, if you want to be like the Convalescence and be featured on the channel, whether reviewed, interviewed, or both, hit me up using my email address down below or by clicking the Room 6 social media link. That's where you'll find all the things I'm up to online, ways you can support the channel, like buying merch at room6.shop, or what the heck, go ahead and click the like, share, and subscribe buttons. There, that's my YouTube obligations done. Thank you. For those of you that don't know the Convalescence, thank you for watching. Go ahead and tell them who you are and what you do in the band.
I'm Isaac. They imported me. I'm the drummer.
I'm Toby. I play guitar, do singing, and I also handle a lot of the pre-production stuff before albums get made. So.
I'm Keith. I do vocals and all the gurgling, poop noises and whatnot.
I'm Dan. I play bass and do backup vocals.
And I'm Josh. I scream into the void and try to make an impact. Real quick, can you talk about your earliest musical influence? And by that, I mean, what is that memory that you have of saying, I want to do that?
I think for me it's Static X.
For me it was listening to Billy Talent 2 when that album first came out, Devil in Midnight Mass. Whoa, this is heavy. And River when my first album. That kind of sent me into, I kind of want to do drums, and I did drums, and now I'm doing drums. Yeah.
And you were saying?
I think definitely for me Static X was one of those first bands that I would have my strings off of my bass and jump around my room like I was playing the material myself before I could actually play it really well. And yeah, it really was. Yeah. Next.
And my grandpa was a drummer, played drums and sang in the 70s and 80s and stuff. So there was always instruments around the house. And learning drums and other stuff. But eventually, I don't know, I saw Korn, Metallica, Megadeth. Just this is sick. Started playing guitar. And then just the deepest dive I've ever done into anything. Fixation. Like a weird musical scientist now.
Mine was probably the Iron Maiden Rock in Rio DVD when Brave New World came out. I was still pretty young and wasn't really super into music yet. I would hear it on the radio and stuff, but I didn't pay attention to who anything was or whatever. It was just music playing kind of thing. And remember my dad and a bunch of his friends were like, the new Iron Maiden DVD came out. We're gonna come home and put it up on the stereo, turn all the lights out, and crank it up. It was probably shaking the whole neighborhood. And I sat there and I was watching it, and I watched them play The Wicker Man, and just saw the crowd of like endless people just singing it, singing the guitar parts and stuff even. And I was like, man, I really want to do that. And then, as funny as it is, I didn't know enough about music to know bands had like different albums. So I figured like, oh, it's Iron Maiden. If I find an Iron Maiden CD, that song will be on there for sure. Like I didn't have any context or any idea, so I went home and I like went through a bunch of my mom's CDs and I found Number of the Beast, which is obviously not the right album, but I listened to that album so many times trying to find that song. But I ended up like falling in love with that album, and then Peace of Mind I also found. I was like, maybe it's this one. No idea what the song's called. Later somebody was like, hey, guess what, you're stupid. And I was like, cool. And then I went out and bought the album, and it was sick. So then I was like three Maiden albums deep at that point, and decided that's what I was going to do with my life after that.
Right on.
It's funny. I did the same thing with like 50 Cent's like first mixtape, trying to find like Candy Shop when that song came out. But it was like his Guess Who's Back mixtape, and I was just same
of all the things you could have said, I was not expecting that.
Right. I listen to everything.
Yeah, same. I've had my phases.
Yeah, we've got a lot of jazz bass influences also.
Yeah, most of my guitar lessons were like blues, improv stuff.
Oh yeah,
Victor
also blues.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That mixtape is sick.
Everybody that tells you otherwise is either a fool or a liar.
Yeah.
It all starts from the blues.
Yeah, all of it.
So let's talk. How much creative input did you guys as a band have on the No Survivors claymation video with Scott and Ian Lewis of Carnifex?
A lot, actually.
Because sometimes people will have a really cool like animated or video, and they'll be like, "Oh, they just did it," and they showed it to me, and I saw it. Oh, it's cool.
So no, we actually commissioned the video ourselves. At the time, we didn't think we were actually going to be signed to anybody for the release of the album.
Right.
So we just started making videos for it ourselves and stuff. And there was somebody that I worked for, Shane Minot, lives in Africa and does these claymation videos. He only does like a couple a year because they take like an insane amount of time. And when I was booking and managing for the band Casket Robbery, good homies of ours, they did they wanted a claymation video for the song Bone Mother. So I like scoured all the claymation videos and found his contact information, hit him up, and we did the Bone Mother video for them. And I was like, dude, I really want to work with you on something, but I want to make sure it's like something really cool, something really unique. And then we wrote No Survivors about the Alien movies.
Okay.
And I contacted him and I was like, hey man, I want to do the song about the Alien movies. And he immediately just got pumped and was like, I'm doing it, I'm down. And it was cool to get Scott, he's a good friend of ours too, to jump on the track and, you know, be a part of that song with us. But we were actually on tour with Scott when he found out he was in the claymation video, because we just totally didn't tell him. So he just got to see himself like as a claymation person dying, and that was the first time he knew he was in the video.
Interesting, because the way I kind of read it when I was, researching for the interview, was that he was involved and like he helped make the claymation video happen. But you're saying he had no clue.
Oh, he didn't even know he was in it.
Nice.
No, the claymation video was me sending notes back and forth to Shane, and that was it. And we, did the song and everything. And
I'm listening. Right on. So stick around. We're going to be seeing the music video for No Survivors and Scott and Lewis after this interview. But right now, we're going to take a quick little break and hear a message from future Josh. So see you in a minute.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Thanks, Josh from the past. The Earth is pretty great. Humans and their technology, on the other hand, not so much. We've kind of treated it a little poorly.
I do believe I'm on fire.
Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of technology and innovation. That being said, is there a way to have my tech and protect the Earth at the same time? Yep, it's called Nimble, and it's awesome. Nimble is a computer tech brand committed to creating high-quality, eco-friendly tech products at lower costs. They offer wireless charging products, 18-watt USB Type-C portable chargers, personal device protective cases, cables, and more, all made from plant-based bioplastics, fabric made from 100% organic hemp and recycled PET from plastic bottles, recyclable aluminum, and zero paints or toxic substances. Nimble's plastic-free packaging is 100% recycled scrap paper with no harmful inks, adhesives, or dyes, making it 100% compostable. To accomplish all of this, Nimble focuses on beautiful design and leading performance, using sustainable materials for products and packaging, holding suppliers to strict guidelines, providing transparency around production and pricing, and addressing the growing problem of electronic waste through a recycling initiative tied to the purchase of every product. They're awesome, and they're going to help the planet. Just for watching this video and for being part of Room 6, you can use my affiliate link down in the description to get 10% off your entire order. Just enter the coupon code CHARGE10 at checkout. Plus, you'll be helping out the channel. Thanks to Nimble for being a sponsor, and let's get back to the show. We're back, and if that sponsor spot interested you at all, please consider clicking the link down below. You'll save money, you'll make some money, it's a win-win. In the meantime, stick around, we're going to be seeing a music video for No Survivors, a claymation video from the band after this. But right now, I want to kind of pivot to what is your the most memorable favorite show memory for performing as the Convalescence? And it could be where things went way off the rails, or you checked off a bunch of rockstar wish list things, or what do you got? This is basically this one time.
Well, you're the newest.
I think the coolest one is like Obituary, just like feeding us drinks and getting us like severely fucked up before my first show with the band. And,
so you don't remember the show at all?
No, I remember the show because I remember being terrible.
It was the night before.
The night before, yeah.
Oh god,
They took us to a bar in Osaka and got us very drunk.
No, I was so hungover for that, but like it was a sick show
Yeah.
and people loved it. But yeah, getting blasted with Obituary was fucking sick.
Nice. Dan, you're the next one.
Yes. I would absolutely say the trip to Japan with Obituary. Like overall, the 3 days out with one of my personal favorite death metal bands on the face of the planet, getting to watch them do their thing, getting to watch them sound check every day, and then also them really excited about seemingly playing with us and really digging our music. It seemed like it was a lot of fun. They were a lot of cool guys, and stumbling drunkenly through the streets of Osaka in the middle of the night was probably one of the coolest things I'll ever do.
My understanding is that that's also a good way to end up in jail.
Yeah,
potentially,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you do it carefully.
Well, the tour manager did freak out and call us cats.
Getting a little worried.
How long is the flight
Like
from Ohio to?
16 hours or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
but a
if
couple
you're
of flights
counting,
before
like,
that
us
too.
playing the show in Toledo, being up since the morning, and then going to the airport and being up on that flight all the way over there, it was like 35 hours.
The makeup comes in
Yeah.
handy then.
Yeah.
By the way, during my intro, I'm sure I put up a few pictures of them in their stage makeup and everything. So that's what they look like when they're on stage. This is them in the flesh, so to speak.
Lounge clothes.
Yeah. This is just without the makeup, but chill.
Just hanging out.
My question to you is, we're going to get to your two favorite show memories. When did the makeup become a thing? Was that always the thought?
2012 is when we started. We started the band in 2011. 2012 we started wearing makeup. And basically we wanted to put on a show. We wanted to add some theatrics.
Right.
We wanted to do something different than a bunch of dudes in jeans and t-shirts playing our music. You know what I mean? Like, there's a million bands like that, and there's nothing wrong with it, but we wanted to be something a little bit weirder, a little bit more memorable, and whatever. And really, at the end of the day, we're not looking to be, the greatest, most technical, crazy musicians in the world.
Right.
We understand that we're entertainers. And we want everybody to have a good time at our shows, and we want everybody to go home like, that show was badass. I'm really glad I went to that, and want to come back. You can shred all day. There's a bunch of bands that shred. There's, it's awesome. And if you're another musician that plays that specific instrument, you're going to be really impressed.
Right.
But I guess I don't care.
But also, like when someone, if they don't remember who you are, they're going to remember that one band that looked
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
sure.
that's genius. So your favorite show memory?
I'm kind of like split because like Blue Ridge Rock Fest in 2019 was sick because there was like almost 30,000 people there, and Tech Nine was on the main stage
Oh wow.
right before we started, and he's like, "Yo, we got one more for you," and then he looks back and he goes, "Never mind, we'll see y'all next year." And we're like, "Why did you do that to us?"
Yeah, like you just pissed off like 26,000
Why did you
people.
do that
You're
to
like, oh,
us?
it's your turn.
Yeah, that was our turn. But we still had like six. There was like what, 6 mosh pits out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was absolutely sick. But and then probably one of the like the goofiest nights was that first night in Japan with Obituaries, like that Osaka night, because we're using all house gear and stuff, and they show up and they got like a Fender like Jazzmaster amp
Yeah.
from the 80s, and I don't have a pedal or anything, and on the other side of the stage is this Marshall stack, and the other guitar player that we had at the time had this pedal. And I was like, "Yo, if you put that pedal through the Jazzmaster, then I can use the Marshall stack and we both sound good." He's like, "Well, Marty, go." So I played the whole set through the Fender Jazzmaster amp.
And he's like, this
with-
is how heavy it's going to be. Twang.
Yeah, no, it would have been great if I was like a jazz funk band.
Oh, yeah.
Which is huge in Japan.
Huge in Japan. But then breakdowns just twang, 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 twang.
Oh, we've all
twang.
had, yeah.
Yeah.
Same with that nose kid being terrible.
Oh, yeah,
To
it was-
better.
It was tough.
I remember just about to start the show, and it starts with me turning on a particular pedal and hitting the chord. And for somehow mysteriously, my pedal board came unplugged, but it just enough so that I couldn't tell it was unplugged. So I step and I strum, and there's nothing. And the rest of the band is playing, and I'm just like, and the sound person's just looking like, really?
Oh no.
Yeah. You, sir.
I mean, I probably have a few too, but the one that stands out to me, just because I feel like I've talked about it recently, was we got to open for Slayer and King Diamond at Mayhem Fest in Pittsburgh in 2015.
Nice.
And realistically, the show itself wasn't anything crazy great. They made us play at Gates, and then they delayed Gates. So like we're playing to like an empty parking lot for like the first 2 songs while everybody can hear us in line. And they open the gate and everybody came running down the hill like sprinting, and you just saw like a couple hundred people just running as fast as they could.
It
down
makes
to
for a
the
cool
stage.
music video if you have someone filming it.
It was cool, and it was a really fun interactive crowd for a song and a half. But at the time we had never played with bands like Slayer,
I mean, yeah.
King Diamond and stuff, so that was like huge to me to be there, to be part of the show. And I don't know, I always wanted to be a part of like Ozfest or Mayhem Fest or Warped Tour or something like that, and that was the closest we really ever got, because shortly after that everything just kind of fizzled out a little bit. But
Is it COVID?
no, this was like 2015, just because
okay.
those festivals kind of stopped.
Yeah.
But the way we got on that festival was kind of the funny part about it, and it was we did our first big tour in 2014, opening for His Blood Runs Black and Rings of Saturn. And one of the last shows was in Scottsdale, Arizona, and His Blood Runs Black was sponsored by Cold Cock Whiskey, and they sent like a representative out to come out and do some shots with His Blood Runs Black, and some like do a Cold Cock photo shoot with them,
Right.
drink some whiskey with them, you know, whatever. But we had all the black paint and stuff on, and she got there late, and she thought we were His Blood Runs Black. So we kind of knew.
Stolen valor.
Well, she's like, I got all this whiskey for you guys, whatever. And after her talking for a second, we're like, wow, we are not the band that she thinks we are at all. But then we were like, but she's going to keep giving us free whiskey. So we just sat there and drank whiskey, and she's like, can I get some pictures with you guys? We're like, hell yeah. So she gets done. She apparently never met up with His Blood Runs Black that night at all.
Ooh, I bet
She
you
goes
about
back.
it later.
Well, she goes back to Cold Cock Whiskey, and she sends them the photos, and they're like, "This isn't His Blood Runs Black. Who the fuck is this?" And they thought it was so funny because that we just like stood in for another band to drink free whiskey.
How did As Blood Runs Black feel about
They
it?
thought it was funny.
Okay.
We had already been touring together for like over a month at this point.
That's
They
funny.
thought it
Thanks
was
for getting us
hilarious.
drunk, guys.
Yeah, so we swooped in and became another band to drink free whiskey, and Cold Cock thought it was so funny they sponsored us.
I was gonna say because they're sponsor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
something happened.
Yeah. So they thought it was hilarious and had her reach out to us and give us a sponsorship, and
She didn't
then
get fired or anything.
no. We actually just stayed at her house the other day.
Hello, that's.
But we've
sponsors,
been,
right?
yeah, we've been friends since then,
Oh.
10 years now. But and then Cold Cock Whiskey was a big sponsor of Mayhem Festival, so they ended up putting us on the Pittsburgh Gate. It was the Cold Cock band. So had we not pretended to be as blood runs black to drink free whiskey, we wouldn't have got to play the Slayer.
That's music, man. You never know.
Yeah.
That's actually a good segue to my last printed question here. Give me a good shot name for your Doom Reaper hot sauce in Cold Cock Whiskey. Like a shot that you float some hot sauce in it. I believe so.
I haven't seen it in a long time. They stopped talking to us.
Well,
And all the
but
other
yeah,
bands.
what's a good shot name for that? I mean, you could call it the Convalescence, but
We're gonna fuck up your
Death.
Italian.
actually you call it as Blood Runs Black 2 or something. Right? Name it after them.
I would call it laxative.
Nice. So talk to me about the hot sauces, because I mean, I have seen more than one act in the metal realm that does the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Like, what was the genesis? What was the thought process there? Are you guys hotheads or?
Yeah, I love hot sauce.
Peppermints.
I-
Same.
I hurt myself on a fairly regular basis.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, you guys have ruined my perception of spicy.
Nice.
forever.
Yeah, I had to put a whole shelf up in my kitchen for just hot sauce.
welcome to Hot Ones. Anyway,
Yeah. They don't even need anything fucking hot on there. They won't respond to me to come on there.
Yeah, hot ones.
Yeah, hot
Bring on
ones.
Keith.
Yeah.
You'll be like eating the wings, be like,
I
more.
think the thing about the Hot Ones, we're gonna tangent. The thing about Hot Ones is it's a building, like a
Yeah.
it's layering. If you just go right into
But
number 10,
if you layer mild sauce with mild sauce, it's still mild sauce.
right on. Well,
But
oh, sorry.
the hot sauce kind of started. We used to play a venue a lot in Murfreesboro, North Carolina, called Zach's Coffee House.
Okay.
It's like Murfreesboro is a town that's like 3 streets.
Nice.
There's a small college there, and then like a Subway, a McDonald's, and like 3 other buildings.
Of course.
It's in the middle of nowhere, like no phone service really. But we used to play there and get like decent turnouts, you know, that kind of thing. And the owners of it have their own like farm, and they make their own hot sauce. It's called Captain Catfish Sausage. And they have been good friends of mine for a long time. Like I said, they used to book us all the time, and they wanted to do a sauce for a band. So they called me out of the blue, and they were like, "Hey, we want to make a hot sauce for you guys. Are you cool with us like sending you some sample bottles? Would you guys sell it if we made it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't even know why you asked me."
Yeah.
Absolutely, let's do this.
See, I assumed you guys had made this happen. But,
So,
oh, okay.
yeah, they called us out of the blue to do it, and this was 2013, I think we started working on it. And we sent back notes and sample bottles and stuff like that for a minute, and we came out with the original, the Rage-infused hot sauce, and then we went down there and played again, and our show got canceled because there was a hurricane. But we were already at the club.
Right.
So the show got canceled, so all we did was sit in there and drink beer and eat spicy peppers all night. We stayed in the venue. But on their website at the time, they're like, "All right, so we want one of you guys to eat a whole Carolina Reaper and like do an intro to our stuff on the website while you're like burning, basically." I'm like, "I'll do it, but then I get to drink as much beer out of the fridge at your bar as I want, and I get my own hot sauce." And they're like,
Negotiation.
they're like, "Done." So I ate it, and I did a little intro for the thing, and I drank a lot of beer that night. But I got the Keith Wampler's Doom Sauce, which became our bigger seller because it was hotter. We made it with Carolina Reaper.
Now, why is it named Keith?
That's me.
Well, I know, but like,
I ate the pepper. It's my sauce.
okay, great. I was saying the other ones.
The other one was
Just
the Convalescence.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying, why is it named after
Yeah,
you?
because I had to eat the pepper.
Okay, fair enough.
But we did when we had a keyboardist, Katie. She had her own sauce for a minute. It was like a Verde sauce, but we then found out that people don't want to buy hot sauce that's not hot. So we got rid of that one. And then now we've got them doing. Well, they've been doing it for like 2 years now. Carolina Reaper barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I've seen people drink that at the merch table.
Yeah, me too.
It's
Yeah, like I'm okay with a little bit of spice, but there are times where it's like, who hurt you? You hurt you.
Yeah.
You're the one that.
Oh no, he keeps a bottle of the source at his house. That's
Nice.
insane.
It's good.
Swing it back to music though.
Yeah.
I had to ask, but stick around. By the way, we are going to see that claymation music video for No Survivors. Last question. You made it. Yay.
Oh yeah.
And let's start with you, just because we've been kind of talking a lot over here.
Yeah.
We're going to circle back to that release musical influence question. You OG Room Sixers know what's coming. I asked this of all my break. You got a time machine, you can go back and talk to your little self that said, I want to do that. What is one thing that you wish someone had told you, hey, you're going to need to know this? Don't say change things.
I'd kick myself in the stomach and say it gets way harder, kid. Do better. That's what I do.
Don't.
I drop myself.
I don't know, because like I feel like everything that's happened in my life ever has prepared me to be a touring musician. So that's pretty cool.
It doesn't have to be a warning. Just like, this is something you're going to need to know. Like, this is a thing where,
You can hurt yourself.
hey, maybe start practicing sooner in your life, or one of those. But it's just something that you wish someone had told you.
Definitely like start your training sooner. Perfect pitch is learnable.
Don't play through Jazz Master.
The tones and the fingers, Toby. It's your fault.
It's not.
Tongues and fingers?
Tones.
Oh, sorry.
Finger tongues.
Yeah.
I was like,
Finger tongues are pretty wild. Tell yourself that.
yeah.
That'll work.
That and don't play any shows if you don't have any merch to sell.
Ooh. You new musicians, pay attention.
Yeah, that's do not play shows unless you have merch to sell because nobody will remember you.
Also, if you break
At
down
least
your
have
drums on
stickers.
stage, I will hunt you down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, break your drums down off stage. And everybody in your band better help you get crap off the stage. You only got 15 minutes, let's go.
50, not 10.
Yeah.
At least 10.
Gentlemen? And Keith?
Yeah. I would probably tell myself something similar to what Toby said about, not only don't play shows without merch, but just be more prepared before you start playing shows. Be more prepared, like, kind of have your shit together a little bit more. Because first impressions with people are a big deal.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I definitely went and, like, met people, they're like, yeah, last time I saw you was 14 years ago and you guys sucked. And it's like, dude, we did different stuff in 14 years, but they don't care. They saw us that one time 14 years ago with a totally different lineup and probably not even the same band.
I mean, if you started pissing on the crowd or something, that's one thing.
Yeah, I've definitely vomited into the crowd. I've not pissed into the crowd.
There's always
That's why you wear the makeup. To hide the vomit.
Oh, no, I did it all. It was right there.
That's true.
And not anonymity.
Yeah.
How about you?
Definitely just maybe practice more consistently. I don't know.
Yeah. Do the boring stuff. It'll let you do the fun stuff.
Yeah, ear training. All musicians need to do ear training.
I wish I'd learned to sing at a younger
Push
age.
this.
That's not the one.
Nobody listens.
Do you guys use in-ear monitors?
No,
He does.
we should.
Drummers definitely should. But in-ears,
I would like them because I miss having a clay. Like I play with Brooks at home.
yeah.
Yeah,
At
so
least
I miss
practice
having
with plays.
Yeah, that too.
All right. Well then, thank you very much for watching. Thank you guys for being on the channel.
Absolutely. Thank you for having
Stick
us.
around. We're going to see that No Survivors music video, and then we'll catch you in the outro. In the meantime, we'll temporarily say goodbye. See you in a minute. to thank the Convalescence for coming on the channel. It was a great interview and an awesome music video. If you want to know more about them, hit those social media links down below. And what the heck, give them, buy some merch, give them some money. In the meantime, if you want to see more videos like this, please click up here. If you want to subscribe, click over there, and don't forget to ring the bell. And if you want to hear my own music, click over there past that guy. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye, guys.
Bah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.